Ever wondered how your protein powder is made? Is it plucked from the protein trees, or perhaps milked from a protein cow? Not exactly. You see, the path to your protein shake is less pastoral and more industrial, yet no less fascinating. Some imagine a magical protein fairy sprinkling dust into jars, but in reality it's a meticulous process involving science, technology, and a dash of ingenuity. Are you picturing a gym buff chef flexing while whipping up a batch of protein powder in a giant mixing bowl? As hilarious as that sounds, it's not quite the case. Protein powder isn't baked, stirred, or sautéed. It's carefully crafted through a series of processes that would make even the most seasoned chemist give a nod of approval. So, while we're debunking myths, let's set the record straight. No, there are no protein trees or protein cows, but there's a fascinating process behind that smoothie you're sipping on. Well, first things first, we need to find our protein. And where do we find it? In the humble chicken, or perhaps in the mighty cow? Well, yes, but also no. Our quest for protein doesn't lead us to a poultry farm or a cowshed, as you might think. Instead, we find ourselves in the middle of a field of soybeans, or perhaps a dairy farm. Because you see, our protein comes from a variety of sources, and each one is a superhero in its own right. Think of whey, the byproduct of cheese production. It's like the Clark Kent of proteins, mild-mannered, unassuming, but packed with incredible strength. Whey protein is a complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids. And just like Superman, it's fast-acting, quickly absorbed into the body, making it the perfect post-workout fuel. Then there's soy protein, the Batman of the protein world. It might not have any superhuman powers, but it's versatile and can adapt to any situation. Soy protein is plant-based, making it a great option for vegans and vegetarians. And it's also a complete protein, plus it has the added superpower of being heart-healthy. Next we have pea protein, our very own Aquaman. Just like Aquaman rules the seas, pea protein rules the plant kingdom. It's hypoallergenic, easy to digest, and packed with branched-chain amino acids, which are key for muscle growth and recovery. And the best part, you don't have to be a super swimmer to benefit from it. Lastly, let's not forget about casein, the Wonder Woman of proteins. It's slow digesting and provides a steady supply of amino acids over a longer period. Perfect for those long, grueling workout sessions or even as a bedtime snack. So there you have it. Our protein isn't exactly leaping tall buildings in a single bound or battling nefarious villains, but whether it's whey, soy, pea, or casein, each one has its own unique superpowers that can help you reach your fitness goals. So, it seems our protein isn't donning a cape or saving the world, but it's pretty super in its own right. Now that we've found our protein, it's time to transform it, but how do we get from a pea to a powder? It's not a magic trick, but it's pretty close. Imagine a pea not doing much, just being a pea, then it's plucked from its cozy pod and thrust into the limelight. It's about to become a star. But first, it needs to shed some weight, enter the process of cold pressing. This isn't a spa treatment, folks, but a method to squeeze out the oil and fiber, leaving behind the protein. The pea might be a bit rattled, but hey, no pain, no gain, right? Next, the pea protein is whisked away for a bit of microfiltration. Sounds fancy, doesn't it? Think of it as the pea's secret agent training. It's put through a sieve so fine only the smallest particles can pass. It's an elite club where only the purest protein gets in. The result, a protein so clean and refined, even James Bond would be proud. But wait, there's more. Just when you thought our pea couldn't get any cooler, it goes undercover. The protein is dried to a fine powder, ready to be packed and dispatched. It's like the transformation from Clark Kent to Superman, except instead of a phone booth, we're using cutting-edge technology. And instead of a cape, our hero gets a shiny foil pouch. Throughout this process, our pea has gone from being a humble legume to a lean, mean protein machine. But remember, every great magic show needs a grand finale. While our pea has been transformed, it's not quite ready for the big reveal. It still has to pass through a few more stages before it can flex its muscles in your protein shake. And voila! Just like that, our protein has gone undercover, but the mission isn't over yet. We're in the home stretch now. We've got our protein, but it doesn't look much like the powder in your tub, does it? Time for the grand finale. Imagine we're on a reality cooking show and we've just reached the final stage. The clock is ticking, our hands are shaking, but we're ready to present the masterpiece that we've been working on. So let's get cracking. First up, it's drying time. Our protein is still a bit moist from its extraction process. We can't have that, can we? So we'll send it into a hot air dryer, where it's gently heated until all the excess moisture evaporates. Think of it as a spa day for our protein. minus the cucumber eye masks and fluffy robes. Next, we have the flavoring stage. Now, we all know that protein on its own can taste a bit like, well, cardboard, and no one wants a cardboard-flavored smoothie. That's where flavoring comes in. Our protein goes through a flavoring process where it's mixed with natural flavors and sweeteners. It's a bit like a protein version of Pimp My Ride, but instead of adding flashy rims and a bass-thumping sound system, we're adding chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry flavors. Then it's onto the packaging line. Our protein powder is weighed and sealed into those familiar tubs you see on the shelves. It's like a beauty pageant for protein powder, each tub strutting down the conveyor belt, ready to be crowned the winner and shipped off to your local store. And that, my friends, is how we get from a humble source to the protein powder that fuels your workouts. It's a process that requires precision, care, and a bit of humor, just like a reality cooking show finale. And there you have it. From humble beginnings to the star of your post-workout shake, it's been quite the journey, hasn't it?